Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Rara Madhava, Rara Madhava, Rara Madhava, Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Damoda, Radha Damoda, Radha Damoda, Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radha Madhava Ki Jai, Shri Shri Phalat Lakshmi Singh Dev Bhagavan Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading today actually from Caitanya Caritamrita. Are we okay to speak English, or how should we speak? Wie soll man sprechen? Who doesn't understand German? Guess, und wer versteht kein Englisch? Param und Kishorikund. Gibt es denn jemand, der so lieb ist wie der Pion? Nein, gibt es niemand, der so lieb ist wie der Pion. Okay, Pion, vielen Dank. So, okay, then we speak about Caitanya Caritamrita, but to really get access to this very auspicious scripture, what is all about the truth, the tattva and the rasa of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we chant a very invoking prayer. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chanda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. We came till 90. We have a decibelometer now. We cannot be too loud. Okay, so we're reading from Sri Chaitanya Caritamrita, and rereading means this person who's sitting here is just an instrument. Chaitanya Caritamrita actually speaks by itself, and it's very befitting when we when we start entering into the book distribution marathon for all our guests. We have now, especially Monday, from Monday on, all ISKCON devotees all over the world to do a special endeavor. It's called the Christmas Marathon. And this is a special thing what actually occurred first in the 70s, where the devotees sold books on the street. And they figured out, they made a special endeavor before Christmas time, actually only 3 days before Christmas time, where they tried to sell more books, because they thought, especially in America, people, they are buying so many things before Christmas, so let's give them some more books. And then they went out for a long time, and it really made an effort. They really sold more books. And then it became more and more a tradition that every before Christmas time, and it also expanded. Now we have 1 month. Sometimes we have even 5 weeks. How long is this time till Christmas? 4 weeks. Yeah. So the devotees go out and make a special effort, especially here in Europe. It's a great it's austerity, because it's getting more and more cold, as you can see outside. Where are you from? From where? From India. Sure, but now you come directly from India with airplane?
I'm living near to the Gopala, Düsseldorf.
Düsseldorf. Oh, from Düsseldorf. You have snow?
I come from Kaiserslautern.
Oh, Kaiserslautern. You have snow?
No, at the moment,
No.
there is a person.
That's Bavarian forest. Here we have lots of snow. And then especially those devotees here on this side, some also here from that side, they do special endeavor, and they're going out. They're driving around in little capsules. We call them van. They are filled till under the roof with books of Srila Prabhupada. And we give them out. And of course, the meditation is to give as many books out as possible. So everybody can basically participate in this marathon. And even you some colleagues, they maybe ask you, what you Hindus believe in, right? You Indian people, right? And then it's very easy, you take some German Bhagavad Gitas with you, take some Krishna books in German, and say, here, some present for you for Christmas. This is where we come from, and this is where we're going to. And by the way, we're not Hindus, we Indian people. Because Hindus is a term from the British. There's nowhere you find Hindus. So now, with this, we're following in the footsteps of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, who basically brought this knowledge to the whole world 500 years ago. I mean, it was there already, but he pointed out, we will later hear what's the significance. And Srila Prabhupada, he puts it into writing. He concreted it, basically. And he concreted it in a way that Western people with a Western mind, who took birth in Western world in this life, I believe some of those before in the last life they had Indian bodies. Because otherwise how they have such a connection? But whatever, now they appeared in this society, and how Western people can really understand this knowledge and appreciate this knowledge. Therefore, Prabhupada, he made so much endeavor to write these books, and now it's up to us to bring this endeavor back under the amongst the people, that everybody get full success or access to it. So now Sri Chaitanya Caritamrita is basically about the life of this great revolutionary person in India who appeared about 500 years ago, and in this time all Vedic knowledge were kind of sealed amongst the Brahmin caste. But Mahaprabhu said, he said, no, actually this knowledge is open for everyone, especially in Kali Yuga, because you not really have real brahmanas in Kali Yuga. Snow's getting shoveled. So everybody has access to it, and especially this chanting of the names of the Lord, of Krishna, this should be amongst each and everybody. Everybody should have access to that. So that's the basis, that's the core. And every Saturday we're reading from Caitanya Caritamrita about the life and teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And today we have in the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami, we have a verse what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes here, and this verse is actually, who knows from where this verse can be. Look at the verse, especially the last line. It's a quotation of the Brahma Samhita. Okay, we try to chant this verse together. Diyabhachya eva hita shantaram apyupetya. Diyabhachya eva hita shantaram apyupetya. Tibhayate vivrita hetu samana dharma. Dibhayate vivrita hetu samana dharma. Yasta trigeva hicha vishnutaya vibhati. Yasta trigeva hicha vishnutaya vibhati. And all together, Govindamari Purusham Dhammaham Bhajami. Dibhachya eva hita shantaram apyupetya. Dibhayate vivrita hetu samana dharma. Yasta trigeva hicha vishnutaya vibhati. Govindamari Purusham Dhammaham Bhajami. Please chant. Hetu samana dharma. Tatrigeva hicha vishnutaya vibhati. Govindamari Purusham Dhammaham Bhajami. Dibhachya eva hita shantaram apyupetya. Hari Purusham Dhammaham Bhajami. Ladies. Govindam Aripurusham Dhammaham Vachami. Dear Ba'achi, the flame of the lamp, Eva, as, he, certainly, Dasha Andaram, another lamp, Apyupetya, expanding, Tipayate, illuminates, Vivrita Hetu, with its expanded course, Samana Dharma, equally powerful, Ya, who, Tatrik, similarly, Eva, certainly, he, certainly, Cha, also, Vishnutaya, by his expansion as Lord Vishnu. Vibhati illuminates Govindam to Lord Krishna, Adipurusham, the supreme original person, Tam, to him, Aham, I, Bhajami, offer my worshipful respect. Translation and very short purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. When the flame of one candle is expanded to another candle and placed in a different position, it burns separately, and its illumination is as powerful as the original candle. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, expands himself in different forms as Vishnu, who is equally luminous, powerful, and opulent. Let me worship that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda. And the purport says, this is a quotation from Brahma Samhita 546. So I thought this is a very befitting verse and can be a meditation when we are on the street. Because when you look at a candle, what is, in this analogy, a candle, what is significant on a candle? How is a candle made? What is meant? Huh? Out of wax, yeah. And when you burn the wax, does it burn? No, it doesn't burn. What you need in the wax? A string, yeah. Docht. How is the English word for docht? In the middle, you have the string. The thread, yeah. So, and without the thread, the candle would not be a candle. It would not burn. It would not function. So all of us are bodies, but we are not these bodies, as Bhagavad Gita teaches us. What we need to function is a string, a soul inside, right? And this soul is significant, otherwise this body would not function. When you take the soul out of the body, immediately it decomposes, right? So this candle only function if the string is inside. Now it doesn't function, it's not becoming a candle unless one thing is happening. It has to be lit up, right? Yeah. It has to, yes, right. So as one can light one candle with another candle, you need a supreme candle with which you can light all the other candles. As we go on the street, we light candles by giving the fire of devotion to other people, to other candles who don't know that they are candles right now, but we can make them burn. We can make them burn in the fire of devotion. Now, this is a very significant time, what we're doing. Because, first of all, we are the Sankirtan movement. We all pull on the same string. Doesn't matter if we are standing on the street or we're standing on the altar as Puchari. We are a family. And of course, the Sankirtan devotees, they are kind of the fourth troop, the peak of the spear, right? Who bring it right there. And what we actually doing in this time is waiting for the Lord to come. Shri Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Singdev Bhagavan Ki Jai. We engaging so many people in devotional service. When you go out on the street, you give the people, first of all, the opportunity to be part of the Sankirtan mission by looking at his books, by first of all seeing the devotees, by appreciating the devotees, and then by seeing the books, touching the books, giving a donation for the books, and in the end reading the books. Because when they read a book, it's not only that they read the book, it goes in the Akash. The whole universe has an information field. Everybody has an information field. And this information field is filled with informations. Now, Gadadhar Prabhu and the Veda Academy, they can tell you all about it. But the point is, each one of us, with what informations we fill us, this will affect us. So of course it makes a difference if you read the Bild-Zeitung or if you read Bhagavad Gita or any other book. It fills our information field with informations. Now, the whole universe as a body itself has an information field. And the more people getting this information by reading these books, it fills up the information field of the universe. So that's a very, very important point to understand. It's like the same when we chanting Hare Krishna and we meditating upon the name of the Lord. It's not just good for us, we filling it into the Akash when it goes in our consciousness, and therefore we have to chant as attentive as possible, because the more attentive we chant, the more easier it goes in the information field of the universe, the holy name. So we make Krishna present by that Krishna is present in our life, right? Whatever we take in us, we give also in the information field. So that's maybe something where we can meditate upon. And when we go out in the street and giving the population the opportunity to make devotional service, it creates such an auspicious environment. Basically, the Vedic kings like Yudhishthira as an example, as an ideal example, or Lord Ram, the duty of the king is actually to engage the people in devotional service. The king is like a temple commander, right? And his duty is actually to somehow or other connect people with the service to the Lord. And but nowadays, when we look around, the governments, they're not so much concerned about the progress, the spiritual progress of the society. They're more concerned about their own progress, especially in material sense gratification. But the more they would give the opportunity to the people to engage in higher work, in devotional service, the more auspiciousness would come amongst the people. All these wars, all these conflicts, what we have now, would be erased just by erasing the consciousness, or not erasing, by raising the consciousness of the people. And this is done by engaging them in devotional service and teaching them about higher principles. So what we do now, right, actually in this time is we give the people the opportunity to engage in devotional service and be part of the Sankirtan mission. And this is such a blessing that we even cannot count how much Mahaprabhu would be happy if this work is done, because this work has to be done. It's predicted, it will be done. But it's up to us if it's done by us or by somebody else. As he says in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, it's your opportunity for service. Just don't think of all of this, of all your doubts. Leave your doubts aside. Just fight and remember me. Remember me and fight. Do your service. Right? That was the service of Arjuna. He's a fighter, so his service is to fight. But if you don't do it, then somebody else will do it. Because the soldiers, all of the soldiers, they're already dead. I put them already to death. So now it's up to you to be my instrument. If you don't want to do it, because you're overcome by doubt and fear and delusion, then somebody else will do it. So the Sankirtan movement will come down. And what we see now is just a preparation. What we see now in the world is just a preparation. But it's up to us if we want to be part of it. Right? So therefore, it's a great opportunity. But what we can do, basically, is we meditate upon the original Sankirtan party. So now, what do you think was the original Sankirtan party? And? Yeah. This is what we oft are told is the original Sankirtan party. But I go a step further, I say, or a step back, I say there is one Sankirtan party before that already. Especially 2 devotees who were sent out by Mahaprabhu. Bjorn? Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. Right, they were sent out by Mahaprabhu. And of course not directly with books, but with the holy name. And they were going from door to door, said with straw in their hand, and they were and with straw in the mouth, and they were begging the people, please take the name of Krishna. Just use the name of Krishna. Krishna is your father, Krishna is your mother, Krishna is everything what you have. Please take this name and chant Hare Krishna. Right? And we know what happened. First of all, they had so many experiences, like when a devotee goes out on the street. During the day, you can actually write a book of every day. People you meet, people you didn't meet, people who, how they responded or not responded. You could actually, about every day you could write a book at the end of the day. And it's so interesting. And so Mahaprabhu, every evening, he called Nityananda and Haridas Thakur and said, okay, tell me about your day. And he loved it. Like Prabhupada loved to hear the book scores. Right? So, and then we know one day, they came in the streets of Navadvip, and there was a big commotion. And everybody thought, everybody was running away. And Nityananda, he asked the people, why everybody is running away? Oh, some 2 very bad persons are here. Their names are Chagai and Madai. And Chagai and Madai, why they are so bad? Well, actually, they are raised Brahmins. They're from Brahmin family. But they forgot all their teachings. They forgot everything. And they became most sinful. Their daily sadhana was killing people, pressing money out of people, raping women, and engage in intoxication and all horrible, ghastly stuff. So, and when they were drunk, everybody who came in their way, just beating them. They were very, very bad aggressive hooligans, right? So Haridas Thakur said, okay, let's go, Nityananda, because he knew Nityananda. He's always up to something mischievous. But Nityananda Prabhu thought, no, we don't get out here so easily. If Mahaprabhu came to deliver even the most wretched people, the most sinful, then this should be the prime example. That should be the proof that Mahaprabhu can even deliver them. So Nityananda, he goes right there and goes to these two drunkards and call out for them, hey! Chant the name of Krishna, please. Krishna is your father. Krishna is your mother. Krishna is everything what you have. Please chant. And these two drunken, who is speaking to us? This sannyasi or whatever, go away, otherwise we will beat you. He said, no, please chant. Haridas Thakur was, on the shoulder of Nityananda Prabhu. It's okay, come, let's go. Otherwise we will end up in trouble. And then they turn around and running after Nityananda and Haridas Thakur. And because they were drunk and quite fat, they were not so quick. But Haridas Thakur and Nityananda, they had to run for their life. Now in the evening they come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu says, so tell me about your day. And Haridas Thakur, oh no, you know what happened today? This Nityananda, he's a madman. He's a madman. He goes to such dangerous situation and he brings me in. Right? But Mahaprabhu was very pleased. And next time they met Chakai and Madai again, Nityananda again went to them and said, please chant the names of the Lord. And then Chakai, he took a pot, a broken pot, and he slammed it over the head of Nityananda. And blood came out. And in this moment, when the devotees saw that, they ran for Mahaprabhu, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and said, Nitai got hurt. He's bleeding. And when Mahaprabhu heard this, he immediately came and he said, that's enough. My devotees has to be protected, like Nrsingadev. I always will protect my devotees. And he came and immediately called for Chakra to kill Chagai and Madai. But then Nityananda, he was begging, he's asking, please don't kill them, because you came here to dispute mercy. And if you deliver them, you can deliver the whole world. So please, I beg you. Now he begged to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please give them your prema bhakti. And in this moment, Mahaprabhu became black, because all the sins of Chagai and Madai went into Mahaprabhu, and they were delivered. So that's that little story. Of course, everybody knows the story of us, but this is how we can meditate upon when we go out on the street. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed, because I spoke with some Sangadan devotees and I asked, who's going in Osten? Who goes to East Germany? Nobody. Right? And I'm a little bit disappointed, because I'm an old Aussie. I had my experience either in Vienna or in East Germany. And I tell you one thing, East German people, they don't give the most donation. You probably will not distribute the most books there, but you will get the most mercy there, because this is the service of Nityananda Prabhu. You get the mercy everywhere, but if you make your schedule, you make your tour according where are the biggest cities, where are the richest people, I go to Austria, then I go to, maybe I make some books in Switzerland, if I'm quick enough. They give good donations, right? And then I go to some wealthy German cities. You maybe win even the marathon, but you not necessarily get the blessings of Nityananda. When I joined the Vienna temple, now it comes. When I joined the temple, in Vienna, there were only a handful of Austrian people. This was Ananda Krishna, this time Ananda Tirtha, or I still know him as Bhakta Tim, and Pradyumna Marici, who is now Marathon, and basically that's more or less it. Huh? Krishna Kanda, yes, Krishna Kanda. And the rest were Americans and all Germans, basically all Germans. Everybody from Germany was from East Germany. And this was because in Weimar, in East Germany, there was a temple, and they closed it because they wanted to open Abenteuer. So Harikesh closed that temple in Weimar. But one person, one Bhaktin, she kept on doing Sunday feast. You know her? No, I mean, this was Katharina. She's still around. She never got initiated, but she kept on doing a Sunday feast. She invited every Sunday, invited devotees, and she made so many devotees. Of course, she was an excellent cook, but she made all these devotees came from this Sangha around Katharina. She was just a Bhaktin. She's still around now in Germany, in Berlin somewhere. But all of them became devotees just because of her, and they were in the Vienna temple. And this was like an amazing fact. We made some kind of jokes like Osis and Ösis go good together, right? So whatever you do or wherever you do, try first of all to get the mercy out. See where you get the mercy. Where is Nityananda? Where you can catch up with Nityananda. Because the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is anyway there. There is for sure. Is for everybody. But if you want to have the mercy, special mercy of Nityananda, if you want to walk into his footsteps, then you go there where it's hurting, where it's painful. But there you make the devotees. There you get the devotees. Because there are the people who really needs it. And this is the most fallen, they're waiting for this. Not the wealthy people. Not the ones who somehow or other give good donations because they have lots of money. They don't call out for this knowledge. They don't call out for these books. It's good if they take them, don't get me wrong, it's good. We can give them out because, as I said before, with these books, we're giving knowledge into the Akash. It's out there, right? But when you want to have the mercy of Mahaprabhu, then you don't model your tour around the big cities where you can get much money. Make your tour where you find the mercy cases. The ones who really wait for it and who really needs it. And most of them, they don't have money even. I also in Weimar, I made one devotee there. And he gave me 3 empty bottles of beer for Ishupanishad. And guess what? He is still Brahmin initiated devotee now making programs in Weimar. Everybody, most of you know him. I don't want to say his name. But that's just one experience for myself. He was a Panga. He had already Shika, but like Rasta Shika. Jai. There comes the future. So however you decide to distribute, the most important thing is that you are happy on the street. However you go, you should be happy, because this is the most attractive. Frustrated people you find everywhere. Happy people you don't find anywhere, basically. Only if they are drunk or crazy. Right? So be happy. This was the reason why I joined, or one of the reasons I joined, was because the devotees who I met, they were so cool. They were amazingly cool. I just wanted to be like them. And they were really like friends. There was not a big competition. They had some competition, but kind of in a friendly way. There were, for example, Varaha Murti and Maitreya Muni. They always distributed together on the street. They went for a spot, like a crossroad in some Fußgänger zone or whatever, and they distributed chakra formation. What means chakra formation? They were standing back to back. And they just associated with each other and made kind of jokes and got people just involved who came in. And because they were so cool and they were so funny, people just stood and took books because they just wanted to be like them. Right? There was, for example, who was sticking out as well was Parthasarathi. Anybody remember Parthasarathi? He's actually a Brooklyn boy. He came from Brooklyn, tattooed till here, right, with skulls and everything, really from a rough neighborhood in Brooklyn. But somehow or other, because he was so poor, didn't know what to do, he became a GI. He went to the army. But in Brooklyn already, because amongst the punk scene, these books were quite prominent of Prabhupada. Again, amongst the downtrodden, there is the mercy, right? So he knew already, and then when he came, he was based in Germany, and again he met the devotees on the street. And he became initiated by Prabhu, and he got the name Parthasarathi, because he was on the battlefield. He fought in 2 Iraq wars, and he became a sergeant. Sergeant. Forgot how was his name? Sergeant. Forgot his name. What is his last name? And whenever he had free time in Iraq in the war, he went out with Prabhupada's books and distributed them. This was his way of, Aufbauarbeit, right? And even amongst his he had some some soldiers under him. He was very known because before they went to a Einsatz, to a kind of a mission, he read to them Bhagavad Gita. No. And he became famous for this. Of course, this story there's also shadow sides to it. But whenever I saw him distributing on the street, because he was based then in Germany, and whenever he had free time, he went to a temple or somewhere, and associated with the devotees, with his god brothers, and then they went out on the street. That was like amongst this. Everybody was kind of naturally inspired. Yeah, let's do books. Let's do some books. This was kind of a fun game. It's not let's play football or let's go swimming. No, let's go out and do some books. This was kind of a sweet challenge amongst them. And when he met people on the street, first of all said, "Oh, Klaus, this is Sangadan mission of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu." And I went, "What? Okay, I have something for you." The people stopped because of what he's saying. So then the people stopped and he gave them a book. Or there was another. His name was Matsya Avatar. He was also American, and he went in Vienna on the street and said, "Hi, my name is Matsya. I'm from Florida. Where are you from?" Where? And everybody was, "Wow, somebody from Florida. What do you have to offer? Wow, books, right?" And That's the thing. Okay, don't try to copy somebody else. You don't have to do this, but you have to be yourself on the street, because this is what people like. They like to see persons. They like to see you as you are, and you have to develop your own style of worship the books, meaning giving these books out. So whatever you decide to do, it's your service in this time, and you can do it like privately. In our times we had only in the end of the week on Saturday, the Sankirtan leader went to the telephone or to the internet and called Tara or wrote the email to Tara, because she was the wife of Madhya-lila, and then she made a list by hand, calculated everything. I mean, she did on the computer, but this was all like some Excel document or whatever. We didn't have the app or something. So she did it as fast as she could, and sometimes the devotees at midnight, special Russian-speaking devotees, they gave the results after midnight, sometimes it's Sunday morning or whatever, so she had to adjust everything, and then after lunch Sunday, everybody went in the internet to see the results, all the parties, and then we saw, oh my goodness, wow, they distributed so much, and like this was was like a happening. We're not interested in Bundesliga or Formel 1. We're not interested in world championship of football, but we devotees are interested in the championship of the Sankirtan devotees, and especially in the marathon time. Believe it or not, it gives a great inspiration for me when I read the book results in front of Lord Nrsingadev every morning. It's like if you puchari and you bring a plate with 3 chapatis and 5 pakoras, and there's some rice is a little bit burnt, but what to do, the cook, that's all what the cook could do together, some kind of liquid sabji and this little bit dry stuff there, and some kind of salad what looks a little bit like, you bring this as puchari, you bring this in front of the Lord, and you think, oh my goodness, no. We have to do something with the cook, right? Right? But if you make a special endeavor to really bring out some books, then you will go, or the puchari goes in front of Lord Nrsingadev and really announces the books. So make a special endeavor. Meditate on this, like my offering to the Lord, my books. And when the puchari offers this result, this gives great happiness to the devotees and to the Lord. It's like, there's one person standing in the kitchen right now already, I'm sure, and preparing a feast. Actually, he started already yesterday. It's like a normal, you could say, okay, it's Saturday, whatever, we cook for the Lord and some guests may come. But I know this person standing since yesterday in the kitchen and now already and preparing a feast for the Sankirtan devotees. Because this is his special offer. Right? So it's up to us. Where is our contribution? Contribution to the mission, contribution to the family. Right? And we are in this all together. And in this way, we're reading from Caitanya Caritamrita. Madhya-lila Prabhu, his statement was always, because if you look at the Caitanya Caritamrita, it doesn't really end. Some devotees say, because it's too painful to speak about the departure of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Madhya-lila said, Caitanya Caritamrita is not finished yet. It's still going on. And this is the meditation where we can enter in, where we say, okay, actually, it's now on us. It's our duty to fill the pages of the Caitanya Caritamrita and to make the happy end, to write the happy end. It's our duty. And each and every marathon, or each and every time we go on the street, each and every time we do anything devotional, it's our mission, it's our fulfillment. It's our contribution to the Caitanya Caritamrita. And Prabhupada, he put so much effort in bringing these teachings into practice. When Mahaprabhu came, why Mahaprabhu came? To give these teachings to the world, not only these teachings, the essence of all the Vedas. To bring the essence, and the essence is to do devotional service. This is what he came for, to implement this in Kali Yuga. It's like application in this age of Kali, what makes it very, very easy. It's like if you have to do some kind, I don't know, some astrology calculation, and you have an app who does this for you. It goes so easy, right? And if this comes in, this application of the Sankirtan movement comes in the age of Kali, then it makes it so much more easy, so much more accessible, you know. Why we Kali Yuga people cannot calculate ourselves some astrology or something, because our brain is too much disturbed. And therefore we don't have any idea about religious principles. These religions what come around, we are presented with, that's not even religion. You can maybe say it's human behavior actually. It should be like, like the 10 commandments of the Christians. That is how, come on, that is how you should behave. Nothing else, but it's not religion. Right? So it's not so easy for us. We can't do this anymore. Who can still calculate in his head when Charu, when they're asking him to do die Siebenreihe? Sag mal die Siebenreihe. Kannst du die noch aufsagen? 47, Haribo. So, okay. 9er Reihe. Dean.
9, 18, 27, 36, ja, 45, 64, ja, und so weiter.
Yeah. It's getting, I mean, for me, when I think, oh man, yeah, I knew this. I knew this once. I knew all of them. Huh? You do the fiver, the fifth row. It's easy, but that's also the Indians, okay? Right? The 4 row. Who knows the 4 row? Probably you know the 4 row? Huh?
Ah, okay. 4, 8, 12, 16, 18, 22, 26, 34.
Okay, whatever. I mean, you get the point. It's so difficult for us to remember things. And therefore we need it easy. Therefore we have now calculators and all these gadgets and stuff, who do the work. And behind all the gadgets there are Indians who work IT, right? So we need this. We need the special applications to make it easy. So the Sankirtan movement is the application for Kali Yuga to go right out and not just help you calculate or help you to kind of do some religious principles. We're not a religion. We're not a religion. Hare Krishna movement is not another religion. It's a lifestyle. It's a movement. It's a movement for spirituality. And this is what the people are waiting for. They don't wait for another religion. Don't go out there and present yourself as a big religionist. They're not interested. They have enough religions out there. They want spirituality. They need something real. All big religions crumble. Everything falls apart. All these leaders who are stiff in their suits and in their kind of system where they are thinking to reach God, they all crumble. You see this. Christianity, even Islam, they need so much power to hold it all together, so much structure, so much, force and fear. You know, most religion nowadays, they're driven by fear. If you do this, the wrath of God will come upon you. Right? But that's not God. That's not what God wants. God is never interested to present himself through fear. He presents himself through love and compassion. And this is what we should carry. If we have the mentality, if you don't take this book, if you don't appreciate me, then I will curse you, will go to hell. No. It's love and compassion what drives the people toward God, what attracts them. You know, Krishna is never where Krishna is threatening somewhere, in Mahabharata somewhere. You tell me anything where Krishna says, when you don't do this, then this will happen. I mean, he never threatens. Even Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, he never threatens him. He says maybe, he gives him opinion or options, but he never says, if you don't do what I'm saying, I will destroy you. You will be, whatever, end up in hell, Hare Krishna. So that's not our way.
This is a kind of.
Huh?
It does kind of.
What?
If you don't fight, it's for a warrior like you. Not fighting is worse than death.
Yeah, but he doesn't say you go to hell if you don't do this.
Even worse.
Even worse.
Even worse. He's a warrior. If he does not fight, it's even worse. He's kind of threatening.
Yeah, but he gives him options. I mean, okay, if you want to see it like that, but I don't see. I mean, I don't see that Krishna says to anybody of his devotees, you will end up in hell if you don't do this.
He basically told him, if the war is upon you, it's your karma to now
It's your dharma.
stand for those who are standing with you.
Yeah.
And I think Krishna himself went as a peace messenger, so the war doesn't take place. So that's.
He what at the end?
Krishna went to
Duryodhana.
Duryodhana for
Yeah.
a peace mission to establish the peace.
Yeah.
He denied, so it's never a war which he wanted.
No, and he never went to Duryodhana and said you will end whatever, if you don't do this I will destroy you. That's the point. Although that's the ideal ruler doesn't use his position to threaten people. That's the ideal ruler. He gives opportunities. He gives reasoning. But that's not our way. So our way is to give people spirituality and give them some knowledge, because with knowledge they can find their own way. If you want to threaten people, you keep them in illusion, because only then can you bring people to your place where you want to have them to be. Knowledge is meant to make people free. Free means I have my own decision. I can choose whatever I want. But therefore you need knowledge. And knowledge means also you don't present only the sunny side, you give also the darker side. You say also this is happening if you don't do this. Right? But you don't threaten people into if you don't pay so that much money, then you will end up in hell. Oh, you want to get out of hell, so you pay that much money. Erpressen. What is erpresst? Huh? Blackmail, right? Yeah. So that's not our mission. Our mission is really to give the people the knowledge to choose in which direction they want to go. And therefore we have Krishna gave Bhagavad Gita. And it's not only that they choose, we give them the opportunity to bring their life to such an auspicious end that they basically can go to the highest goal, that really establish love to God. And that's the supreme yoga. That's the point where actually where yoga is not a force, where yoga is a natural drive. It's like, my yoga is that I love this little boy and this one as well. And of course their mother. I don't have to force myself. Well, sometimes, but actually not. It just comes out of my heart. It's love. It's called love, right? And when we develop our loving relationship toward God, we don't need any yoga. We don't need anything else, because naturally our mind will be absorbed in the Lord. Chara, I see what you try to do here. So that's our mission, and I hope that you, in this time, you get all the blessings, you collect all the blessings. Somebody said in the morning, please come and give your blessings. Please come to us and give your blessings. But no, please come and ask for blessings. If you want to, now I tell you something, what I try to tell since many years. There's one person in Germany, very wonderful devotee, but he holds the position to always win the marathon. And since decades already, since 1 decade, I'm waiting that somebody comes and take him down. Not because I don't like him or whatever, but I think it's time that a new person, somebody takes over his position. And what the Pandavas did before the battle of Kurukshetra, what did they do? Charu? What? Gamble, yeah. Yeah. That was right before. But what did they right in front of the battle? Before it all started. What Yudhishthira said, we do one thing first. What did they do? Yeah. They went to all the elders. They went to Dronacharya, they went to Bhishma, they went to Kripacharya, and they asked each and one of them, please give us the blessings to defeat you. And they all said, if you would not ask us these blessings, you would be ruined. You have no chance. But now, as you ask these blessings, you will defeat us, basically. So get the blessings of that person. Ask him to take him down. But blessing is one thing. What Arjuna didn't have in this moment, in the beginning of Kurukshetra, was what? Yeah, what he didn't have. Faith, yeah, maybe, but the desire, the determination. He didn't have the determination to say, and utsaha, the enthusiasm. This is what is needed. And one thing I tell you, this person who is now on top, All glories to him. Nothing against him. I hope he doesn't hear this lecture because he knows karate and all of this stuff. But one thing what he learned in all his karate and what he does, and he's from, he's trained in the Russian army. One thing what he does, I think he knows this from the brother Klitschko's. Somebody knows still the Klitschko's? There's this boxing brothers. He first wins in the head. Right? So he has the determination. He goes out to win. This you ask him, he will say this. Wenn ich nicht mache, dann gewinnen will, warum soll ich rausgehen? No? So, of course, that's not our goal. It's not the main thing to win. But that is some motor to help you to get in drive, to get in power, to get in motion. So one of you, take him down. I see some thoughts. I see some enthusiastic, cheeky smiles, especially amongst the young ones. The older ones, we did it, we tried it already, it's so difficult, right? But it's possible. And I think he would be happy if somebody has the determination to take him down. So, let's see. I'm curious. We are, as I said, we are here watching you. And of course we would be very happy if you give down your results every day. That gives great delight and inspiration for us that we hear. And we in the back end, we still give blessings. And the more you let us be part of your battle on the street, the more we can bless you. That's one secret. And be just very loving with each other, especially when you're in the van, and be a great inspiration and if you're inspired, you bring inspired people, and this is the blessing for the whole world. So okay, I stop now. There was many different points what I tried to make. I don't know if I hit the nail on the head somewhere or somehow. I just asking for blessings. In the moment, my service is different. I was myself for quite some years. I was on the street, distributed books, especially when we also in Leipzig. I know some of you go to Leipzig. And we went out in Dodi and everything. And maybe one day my life will be molded in that way again, that I can go out and distribute some books, be part of you again. And whatever I can do, please engage me in your service, and let me part of your mission. Wasn't those? Shri Parat Lakshmi Shingadev Bhagavan Ki Jai, Shri Babat Ki Jai, Nitai Go Premanandi, Hari Hari Bo. Oh, if I have a question, then you have to be quick. Okay, I have a question. Munindragan. Don't have a question.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Prabhu, for the lecture.
Okay, Murai.
I don't have a question, but I only like to thank how you told that actually everybody of our family is engaged in book distribution in the mission. I would like to thank for everybody, for every devotee and visitor and guest and whoever helps with whatever to develop the Sankirtan mission, especially now in the marathon. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. May you be blessed, and may you bring glories to the holy Dharma of Simhachalam, the German Yatra, and to your Guru, to our Guru Dev. Hare Krishna. Kripa Sindhu Prabhu, you want to have a question?
Thank you very much, Prabhu, for his inspiration. One question, I have actually two maybe I just start with the first one because you talked about Arjuna. You gave the example of Arjuna. And I asked this question already once, but many times we hear this example that if we don't do it, someone else will do it. And it could also be kind of threatening or impose kind of a strange mentality on us. You know, that I have to make it, I have to do it, otherwise Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna takes someone else. And then also the example is given with Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. But actually Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, if you don't do it in this consciousness, you will afterwards see you will do it anyway, under the influence of the three modes of material nature. So actually Krishna doesn't say to him, someone else will do it. You will do it anyway, but do it in the right consciousness. Do it for me. So could you, maybe, is it possible for you, would you like to refer a little bit on
Well,
this?
that's the thing. If you don't have the right consciousness, you may do the activity, but you will not have the same result, because then it will not be counted as devotional service. And when you don't do it as devotional service, like Arjuna, he killed all these people because Krishna told him, so therefore it's counted as devotional service. If he would have killed these people, then he would get the karma for it. So it's not the same result. You know, so you could say Arjuna, you could say he's a killer machine. You know, he's a kshatriya. They are trained to kill. They are trained to don't feel pain. They are trained to, you know, Arjuna could shoot in the night arrows. So you can say he's a killer machine. You don't want to, you know, you always see this movies from India, this old Mahabharata, where Arjuna has a little mustache and he's a little bit chubby, but you know, you don't want to see Arjuna really, you want to come close to him. You know, because he's such a how to say, battle machine. So, but he would do it, but he would not how to say, get the same result. Now they're all leaving.
Okay, thank you. And a second thing, because you mentioned the one devotee who is always winning, and us who could also do it. And but then I have a question: what if we get? How can we increase this desire or this motivation to do it? But because we might also get into the position where we say, but maybe Krishna says he's not satisfied with the motivation why we want to do it. Because he said we want to bring it down, we want to become the first, we want to do 100 books, we want to do 200 Krishna books, we want to explode like anything. But then it's the question Krishna shows us, that's all right, but why do you actually want to do it? And many times we see young devotees are coming, I also want to do 100 books, Haribol, and then half a year later they don't have anything to do anymore with book distribution. So what is this, okay, I want to win, I want to be the first, but what is the real correct motivation for this?
The correct motivation is to please the devotees. And as I said, you know, when you please the devotees, you please Krishna. As I said, if you really in the right motivation, you know, win this marathon with the right motivation, like you know, the Pandavas, they were not only warriors, or as I said before, like battle machines. They were righteous fighters. They fought for religion. They fought with the Dharma, as you know. And if you with this motivation, as a book distributor with all honor, you know, it was not fun for Arjuna to kill or to shoot Bhishma. But he knew he had to do it. But because he had the right inspiration, the right attitude, Bhishma let it happen. And when you come out of envy to this person who is on top, when you do it out of envy, you will not get the blessings. You will get a curse. But when you come out of service to please him, because this is pleasing to him, like Bhishma, he was pleased to see his you know, like his student, his son, his grandson, or you know, like his family member, Dronacharya was so pleased when he saw Arjuna fighting, and he knew he will take him down. Dronacharya knew this, it will be Arjuna. He was so pleased to see him, what came out of him. In the same way, this person we are speaking about, he will be pleased if somebody with the right attitude in a consciousness of service will take the opportunity to defeat him. And what is what we fighting for? We're fighting for love. We don't fight for books, we fight for love. And with love is the only weapon we can defeat each other. Because we don't defeat, it's like the gopis, there's no envy in the spiritual world. But there's love and appreciation. So somebody makes a more opulent flower garland, there is like, they all, wow, that's it. You hit it today. The cooks, they're getting inspiration amongst each other to make, wow, I also want to learn this sabji, I also want to do that. But if a cook comes in, you see he used the wrong spices, he could have this and that, that's envy. But to say, no, I do it better tomorrow. But today, he hit the nail. So of course, that's not our aspiration, and maybe for some of us, it is the aspiration. I know many Sankirtan devotees who, because they wanted to beat their leader. I know many examples who said, no, I want to be better than him. Like Dhruva. I want to have a bigger planet than Brahma, my grandfather. I want to be better than him. And Krishna fulfilled that desire. But then afterwards, he starts to clean. He gives him the result, and afterwards he starts to clean. And then depends on the devotee, what enthusiasm this devotee has to really stay and go through this cleaning stage, what comes afterwards. When the results drop, when, on the street, whom do we face on the street?
Ourselves as rascals.
Ourselves, with all our anathas, with all our attachments, with everything comes out. But that doesn't matter. Do it anyway. It's so obvious. Everybody sees it. You see it. You, the last one, probably you see it. What is your anatha? There was one devotee. He when he was bored, he just went to travel shops, to Reisebüros, and he asked them, I want to have, because he liked to travel or kind of dream of, I would like to go to a sunny place, stand in the winter on the street. And he said, I want to book a trip to Vaikuntha, and the Vaikuntha, some even they looked at the computer, Vaikuntha, no, not here. And then he pulled out the book of Prabhupada and said, says here, you can go by airplane the devotees can go by airplane to Vaikuntha. Oh, really? So, this is just there, So then he went out again, he had this time out, Or you see, what kind of people you like to approach. There's some certain kind of devotees, boys, they only can speak to girls. It's just like that. But the books go out. So is it good or not? Doesn't matter, okay, then speak to girls. If this is your attachment, okay, then do it. But it will be, you see it's right in your face. You like to speak to girls. Some devotees try to distribute books, they're giving a whole lecture before they come to the point. Because you like to hear yourself speaking, right? But there's some devotees who are just like a needle in and like a plow out. They just come in. They don't say much. Priyat Banu, he was, all the story. He was only distributing books in Dresden, where they say no. He always said no. Only Nö. So, was soll ich denn damit? Nö. Soll ich mitnehmen oder was? Nö. Müsst ihr Geld dafür haben? Nö. This was the whole day, he said only no. He distributed many books like that. Anyway, there's so many stories, but it's right there on the street. We facing ourselves. Actually, in all services, if we're careful, we face ourselves. When we do devotional service, we face ourselves. Whatever it is, if we clean toilets, we face ourselves. If we taking care of other devotees, we face ourselves. In the moment where we realize we're speaking with a person and this person is a representative of Krishna, so we meeting ourselves and Krishna on the street, and how we interact. Then that's how our level is of interaction with Krishna. And you know all of that. Who am I to telling you? And when I think of these times there were blissful times, but there were also times where I think, okay, I would make things nowadays different. And there were also times where I think, wow, this was great. There were great opportunities. There were mystic things what happened in this time. Where I really know, okay, Krishna was working through me. And this is where life really becomes worth living. When we feel, okay, I was now just an instrument. I was an instrument of mercy. And that can be funny things. One time in Vienna there came a person, he looked right out of the Herr der Ringe, Lord of the Rings movies or something like that. And he came with long hair and he had a belt and he was like, and it just, it was not even, I didn't even know Lord of the Rings in this point. I just heard about it, but I thought, and he came and he came to me and I said, that's your book. In this book, there's the secret of your life. And he took the book, he gave me 10 euro and just turned around and walked away. I didn't plan this, right? But it was just the right thing for him to hear. I didn't think, I have to speak like this. This very just Krishna, this just comes out. And I think you have hundreds of these opportunities where you don't think, did I say that? Right? So that's the wonderful opportunity. And some carry on with book distribution, some finding some other service, like myself. But the main point is that we stick together and that we are the Sankirtan movement and bring this out to the world and light each candle with each other, become like candles who, as we said in this verse before.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
I thank you. I hope somehow or other, when you distribute many books, that we somehow or other, the dust of your lotus feet will fall on us. Hare Krishna. Oh. Mitra Window, you go out?
Yes.
Sure. That's great. After work. Yeah, now I missed all the Indians. They all went out. I thought we can give them some books because they restarted, but maybe I think when they left, Vedasaro also left. I think he's on them. I think somehow he will give them some books. We did this before, when we could actually store some books here, or maybe here when maybe on this altar when on Monday is Tulsi Vivaha, then Damodaravastakam is over. I mean, Kartik is over. We can put some books here and give some special offers to our Indian guests. They just give out Bhagavad Gitas, Germans ones, to all their colleagues. This is what I believe. What do you think? Where are you from?
I'm from India.
But you already got the book, right?
Yeah, I'm reading the Bhagavatam.
You have already beatback. He knows already. He got already successful a book. What's your name? Mitur. Ah, welcome. Where are you from?
I'm coming from Hanover, but
Hanover.
Chennai, Tamil Nadu.
Ah, okay. Welcome in Sumatra. First time here?
I've been the last year.
Ah, okay. Okay. You stay for longer? Oh, okay. That's long enough. Hare Krishna. It's actually not long enough, but it's long enough to get to know you. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shila Prabhupada ki Jai, Sankirtan Mahadon Yakya 2023 ki Jai, Nitai Go Premanandi Hari Hari Go.
And one thing, actually I was also thinking, we have the Sankirtan for meeting, and please, before you go, make a roaring kirtan. Maybe